Hello, fine denizens of the internet. Today, I'm going to blind you. The light doesn't die. The light's dead. Okay, we're gonna... Alright, let's try that again. Today, we're gonna be continuing on the second episode of the 924. The first thing I'm gonna do is remove these seats. First thing we're gonna do is turn on my light. And this time, I think the battery actually works. Hey, I did something. Here we see on the roof I did a couple things. So I did a little bit of clay bar here, and well, I think you can notice the difference between that and that. The paint is not amazing, but some of it came out. Probably the highlight of it would be that spot right there. There is still some life in this paint. And the other point is my test spot. So if you see right there, that was where the mold was. So last night I decided to do a test spot and a test cleaning. And I used some bleach, CLR, watered down, and the steam cleaner and then a vacuum. And that came out pretty good. I may be able to save a couple bucks, and I may be able to save this carpet. So that would be fantastic. So these two bolts right there, there's one on the other side as well, at the exact same spot. What you're going to want to do, you're going to want to take them out. Now it doesn't fit too well. I'm using a small socket to make it fit. And the socket I am using in this case is a 10mm. It does the trick. So let's get to it. Now, last but not least, these bolts. Now, something I always do is I like to lose my hardware, and Porsche hardware is expensive, so we're gonna be putting these bolts in a bag. Now, for the easiest part physically, and the hardest part because I have no space. And that is getting the seat actually out of the car. Because I don't have anywhere for it to, getting it out of the car is going to be a little difficult. There's not a ton of space. So now you're seeing an issue. The seat is developing. So this bottom part's actually really good. It's holding up, evidently, but this isn't. Granted, given the state I've seen many of the 924 seats usually look like it's in really good shape overall, but yeah, it's not as perfect as the driver's seat. So, a few packages arrived today, and first one is a shift knob, which is interesting. It's a 4-speed one. These are actually somewhat difficult to find. A lot of these are 5 speeds, and they're like $200. I got this for, this is used. It was 20 from shout out to Shoddy's Automotive. They aren't bad. They also have some 924 parts. I may do business with them in the future. As for my next part. So, if you don't know what this is a polisher. Definitely not inspired by DeWalt. Good news is, this only cost $36 on eBay, and it comes with everything. So in all honesty, I'm sure it isn't that bad. So here we see, I took the $35 buffer to it as just a test spot, and I probably didn't do enough proper cleaning, but overall, this spot came out pretty good. Now, I'm not sure if you see this darker inclination here. I'm not sure if it's improperly cleaned or lack of clear coat, but as you can tell in certain areas, like right there, minus all the chips that came from, I don't know what the hell they were doing to get this many rock chips on the car. But to get it this clean, the paint shows a little bit of promise. Now here we see a different point of paint. That is a little better. Now this whole side is a bit fucked, but if you look here, you see that's actually some paint coming through. I'm not talking to you. I'm filming it. One thing that is in surprisingly good shape is this Dunlop spare tire. And first I thought this was replaced at some point in time. But then you see the made in Germany sticker, or print, which means, and this is also a tubeless, which is quite uncommon these days. So my indication tells me that this is the original spare, and it just happens to be in very good shape. Now, the carpet was removed, and it was a little discolored over there. We may get a new one for that, but, or just get some dye. But the wood is disintegrated here. This is all over the little crevices in the back. So I understand it's still drying, but I think this is a good point. So here we see this side of the hood. You know, lovely, all kinds of fun things. And here we see this side of the hood. Now obviously it's not perfect, it's covered in things like that, but it's so much better. It's smooth. Obviously it's still drying, so it will look a little worse once the water dries, but that looks a lot better than that, and that's just a clay bar. Just pulled the spark plug out, and yeah, that motor is done. So I guess it's time to go shopping. So, I forgot all of my camera equipment, so here we see this carpet is, well, pretty disgusting, and we have some other issues. So let's step into the future, where it's somewhat more clean. That looks a lot better. Of course, still gotta do the front, but time to steam and disinfect this because it may look clean, but it doesn't smell clean. That side actually smells clean. So here we see disinfected. Smells okay. I still need to do that little bit of rubber, but that's it. Everything looks great. Those came out pretty good. And those are drying right now. That's leather rejuvenator. Yeah, that's a bit of an improvement. We'll call it a night. And we shall continue on later. About a month and a half since that last clip. But time to move the car forward. We finally have the quick jacks. Get the car in the air. Find out what's up. As a sign of quality, I think this is a cat delete. And look at that oil filter. That's a quality oil filter. I didn't quite know what brand it is. I see some writing up there, but I can't see it quite yet. So it's been a few weeks, and if you don't know what that is a Pittsburgh Harbor Freight engine crane. Here we see on this oil sample, it's not too bad. It is black and you see bubbles, which is probably gas. But there's no milkshake, which is good considering the state of the motor right now.